Hey guys, this is the Local Play Only podcast. I am Andrew.
I'm Cam.
And I'm Phil.
Today we're going to be talking about Sonic, Neat or Not, and what we've been up to.
Ready?
You ready?
We're back.
Whoa!
We're back. I feel like surprised every single time whenever we get back. So first topic.
Pipeline.
We Monsters Pipeline Punch.
It's really good.
Link in the description below.
Not a sponsor. Hashtag not a paid ad.
We all saw Sonic.
We did.
Someday. When did we see Sonic?
Saturday.
Sat-
No, Friday. It's Friday night.
Yeah.
It's Friday night.
Friday. We all saw Sonic. It's the first movie all three of us have seen together since.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Since what?
Detective Pikachu?
No. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No.
'Cause we've tried-
Spider-Man.
No.
Spider-Man.
Star Wars? No.
Spider-Man was after Detective Pikachu.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
at
Spider-Man
least
Far From
Spider-Man.
Home was May.
Oh, wow. It's been a few months.
It's been a hot minute.
It's almost a year.
we have. I find it is difficult, like schedule-wise, for all of us to like congregate for a movie.
Yeah, I have to drive into town.
Yeah.
So if I'm in town, sure, but like sometimes it's rough.
It's just difficult. Because I know that we did want to do like
Start seeing
Aladdin,
matinees.
Star Wars.
Yeah, back when we first started, Aladdin was going to be one of our earlier videos.
Yeah.
The very first ones we talked about before is the secret episode, which was the
Spider-Man Far From Home.
No, there was the first hidden one.
The Infinity War. Or
Infinity War,
Endgame.
yeah. So our
Endgame.
movie reviews are
Endgame.
always the secret episodes.
Yeah. Except
Endgame,
Detective Pikachu.
That was our very first test one. That was terrible. We went on for 2 hours.
It was supposed to be 12 minutes.
Spider-Man Far From Home. It was probably a good episode. One day, maybe people will see it. The
One day.
audio kind of went away from us.
Yeah.
Rip.
But yeah, actually, like the last full one that we would have talked about on the podcast then would have been Pikachu.
Yeah.
Which is fair though, because
That
this
was-
one's Sonic.
That was March, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been good.
And if we're being honest, I haven't even thought about Detective Pikachu in a year. I haven't even cared about Detective Pikachu. I feel like it came out, it was in theaters. And then I don't really know anyone who saw it that didn't see it in theaters.
I saw it once after. Like,
I watched it recently.
again.
Yeah. I watched it with Jess because she didn't see it with us.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It was good. Like I like it.
You should give it a rewatch. See if you still like it.
I still think the Mr. Mime part's the best.
It's pretty good. There's a lot. Okay. The kicking the magic card part's the best, but you don't get that reference.
The Ryan Reynolds singing the theme song's the
It was
best.
good. The depressing. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of good
Yeah.
parts of it. You should watch it again though. See if you still like it or if it was just theater magic.
We'll see.
Could be theater magic.
We'll see.
On the note of theater magic,
Sonic. Yeah.
So, like, I did the Instagram post and I mentioned that we all kind of collectively laughed at the original trailer on a podcast back in the day.
The rest of the world did, yeah.
We thought it was going to be just some shitty cash grab, like, terrible movie. At least I thought it was going to be like that. And I really had no desire to see it. Like, I think there was a bit of buzz out that it was coming out, but I don't really... I didn't really see much advertisement.
well, the joke that it was
for
coming out on Valentine's Day. That was the
Yeah.
joke. Like it's just like, oh, like all those single nerds are gonna go see Sonic on Valentine's Day. But
The funny part is that the only thing that's different was actually the design of Sonic. And I mean, the movie was still really good. Like there was a lot of really funny parts that all still would have been the same, just with a different design Sonic. But it would it have been watchable? Though?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that movie would have been absolute unwatchable shit.
I really hope
if
they
it
come
was
out
the old
with
Sonic.
like a DVD that has the original on it too.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be a good watch.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
Well, even like Matt was over at my house yesterday, and he came with us, obviously. But he was watching the original trailer, and I was like, "Wow, this looks even worse."
It's the teeth.
Yeah,
The
it
teeth
looks
are
so
what freaked
stupid.
me out.
Like his whole
His
coloring
eyes-
and his lankiness, and
Yeah, like the whole thing was fucked up. But
there was a lot of messed up with the Sonic. Yeah,
And I actually, while I was in Kingston, we had went to like a stand-up comedy show back in like October. Like it was a while ago, and we ended up running into this. One of my friends' friends was like a diehard Sonic guy. And I was just kind of, he was giving us a ride somewhere to like Boston Pizza or something. And I was just kind of like drunk, just talking to him about it. And I was like, man, what did you think about that? He's like, don't ever fucking bring that up to me again.
You don't mention that to me.
I'm like, oh, you're not down with the Sonic movie? He's like, that was a slap in the face from Sega. I'm like,
to be fair, it probably wasn't Sega. It was probably this studio that had to do the CG.
I feel like Sega's just that they kind of just hoard themselves out so much that like all these like B tier companies are just like, hey, can we use the licensing for this? And Sega's like,
yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I
okay.
guess, like,
Did you notice at the very beginning it was Sega Production Studios?
yeah.
yeah. I noticed because I saw Valkyria Chronicles.
Yeah, that was the best part of the
Even
movie.
Meg recognized it.
What? Oh no.
He's gonna have a wrong opinion, isn't he?
No.
You can
I'm
sense
just
it ahead of time.
that was my because I leaned over to Cam. Or I leaned over to Jess. I'm like, it was Welkin. It was Welkin. And then I look over in the aisle, and then I see Cam poke his head out the other way, and he's like, it's Welkin. And I'm like, yeah.
Even Meg knew it. She's like, hey, it's that guy from that game. I'm like, exactly, Meg.
But do you know what that means, though?
What?
They have a film
A
studio.
Sega universe?
They have a Sega. Echo the
Cinematic-
Dolphin, the movie. We're getting it. 2022.
Hey, I watched a Valkyria Chronicles movie.
Me too. The anime was great.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so we'll start with, obviously we talked about the original trailer, so that kind of leads into like thoughts going into the movie. But what about, like, obviously we saw the newer trailer. Everybody was pretty happy when they showed off the new design.
Yep.
What were your thoughts about like immediately going to the theater? Like when we were going in, we kind of talked about this with the Harley Quinn movie, how we thought it was going to be this and it turned to be this.
I thought it was going to be like a 4.5 out of 10. Even going into it, I was just kind of like I wasn't super excited for it. It was more just, there's really nothing else to do. Let's go see this movie kind of thing. Like I wasn't like heavily anticipating it. I was really excited to see Jim Carrey as Eggman. But overall I was just like, okay, this is just going to be just some fun movie.
You didn't want to see John? No, not John Marsden. James Marsden.
Yeah.
John Marsden's the
I thought
Red
that-
Dead guy.
I thought that it was going to be so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be just the dumbest
I didn't think
thing.
it was gonna be that. Well, I knew it was gonna be stupid because it's still Sonic, but I probably thought it was gonna be like a 6 out of 10, just from like I had a good feeling once they did the change.
Once they listened, I feel like I had a little more hope. I was sitting at like a 5.5, like somewhere in there as my guess
Yeah.
going in to the theater.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Detective Pikachu was mainly held up by like Ryan Reynolds. It's just like how it was, right? Like
Yeah.
he was very funny. All of the best scenes in the movie were with him, or all the best lines were like him, kind of.
He
thing.
also had the other Pokemon as like not side characters, but side characters. Where Sonic, it was Sonic and humans.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
yes, there was Eggman, but Robotnik. But there weren't other like side weirdos in the movie there.
Yeah.
So they didn't have that support from.
Yeah, you didn't get tons of like the only comedy really was pretty much just Robotnik and Sonic. That was like it. It was mostly just Sonic working with.
One thing I liked about it was the ant. Like I thought that the parts with the ant being like the sister.
Did you laugh at the Fitbit part? You
Yeah, that
probably
part was
did.
hilarious.
Yeah, that was good. I did like that.
That was good.
Oh my god, the Christie with the
latte.
Yeah, listen, it was a good joke. It was very good. But
Of course, I want the
Yeah.
the latte.
you make them so well. I was like,
Now, what was your favorite part in the entire movie? Like, if you were to pick one part, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part.
You can pick two if you really can.
I mean, I would say I really liked the part with Jim Carrey's character dancing.
Oh, the Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey part.
while he's
Yeah.
like, having all the stuff around him, and there's
Yeah,
like, the
where
T-Rex
he
eating
first
him,
gets
and
the quill and he's messing around with it and he's like running from the dinosaur and all that shit.
I feel like a lot of people probably like the Quicksilver part. If I had to guess,
Yeah.
like when I see people, I feel like when they watch the movie, they're gonna be like,
Oh,
"Oh, that
that's
part
all
was
I
like."
thought. As soon
the
as it happened, I was like,
Quicksilver
it's
thing.
just Quicksilver.
I feel like they knew that too. Like they
Yeah.
knew what they were
They
doing.
had to, though. They both have the same power.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people, if you ask them, they're going to be like, oh, that part was my favorite. It was so funny kind of thing. And it was good.
Those people are wrong.
Yeah, they are wrong. I'm trying to think of what the best scene is. I feel like it was something early on.
Mine was very early on.
I do also like the part where he's in the cave.
Yeah, the cave. Yeah, the cave was good.
Cave was good. Just I don't know. His
when
whole,
he was leaving the cave was way better.
his
He's
whole
like, I need my
like
novelty hat. My,
Yes.
my comic books. What came in the backpack?
his beginning monologue was all like really funny, like where he's talking about how like they're all his friends kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's like, but they don't know that. But
Yeah.
like, and he's like
That was
spying
so
on them all.
sweet.
It was, but I just mean like it was like good in general. There was like some funny parts in it. There were some sweet parts, some sad parts at the end.
Yeah.
Like it had a lot for like its little opening thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Is that your favorite part in the opening part?
No, I can't think of it yet. I'd have to watch it again.
Mine was the crazy old man. And he had the picture of Sonic,
yes.
and it was the Sonic meme.
Yeah,
it was actually this like gotta go fast Sonic, and I lost
Yeah,
it.
like the blue devil, and then he's
Yeah.
just
Like,
messing
he's
around
out
with him.
there.
Yeah, he's out there, and he had the bear traps and all that stuff. Oh man, I was like genuinely almost in
The,
tears just from. I was like, that's Sonic.
The one guy's always funny. I can never think of things. If you've ever seen, I think it's called. There's a sitcom called like Happy Endings. A lot of people haven't seen it. It wasn't that popular. Like 2 or 3 seasons before it was canceled. Then he's also in like the Mindy Project. He was the deputy guy.
Yep.
I always find him very funny.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
He's
His dumb humor.
his
he's
dumb
very
humor always is funny. You know, like when he's on the phone and they're around me, he's like, "You're not going to erase my memory." He's like, "I will tell people."
He's just like, yeah, I think they know.
I liked how Jim Carrey's like Robotnik spoke to his like underling. That was pretty funny.
Leaving the bar where he just like turns around and throat punches his guy. I was like, oh my god.
There was a lot of funny parts. Jim Carrey obviously did like a really good job.
He was really the star. in
He's
my
pretty
eyes.
much the equivalent of Ryan Reynolds to this.
I've never seen anything as Jim Carrey as when he was just doing like where he kept talking over the one
one guy's like, who are you? He's
like the cop guy. Yeah, like that's just so Jim Carrey. Like I feel like he's done that in half the movies.
I was so happy to see Jim Carrey be Jim Carrey again.
I know.
Because like if you follow him, he's been like after what was it, Kick-Ass 2?
He was very
was like
depressed.
very depressed and just having a bad time. And apparently he loved playing Robotnik. So like that, you're always worried when you cast big star A and then you want to do a sequel and they're like, no, I don't want to do that shit.
One thing I'm going to mention here, if you don't want to hear it, fast forward like 30 seconds.
Is this a spoiler?
Yeah, this is the whole thing's
The whole thing's a spoiler.
All
so
of our
like,
reviews are spoilers.
the end where like Jim Carrey
stash?
has the full-on
Oh,
mustache and he's shaving his head. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes. I thought it was so good.
getting in the Eggman name too was
Yes.
good. Because I think Robotnik's a way better name, but like the Eggman's like a haha, like the
Yeah,
little
but why did
cheeky
Sonic
humor.
know to call him Eggman?
Because he had the egg robots. Like that's so all of his robots look like eggs, so he called them the Eggman.
I also thought it was because he always looks like an egg, but not Jim Carrey.
not Jim
obviously.
Carrey.
They should have all had like Jim Carrey be like 70 pounds heavier at the end too.
But
Start
like
to-
really high legs.
eating
yeah.
mushrooms. Yeah, just starting to get big.
I really thought Sonic as a character was he was so like innocent and like he was like a young kid, you know?
I don't even know
Well,
who
he
the
was,
actor was,
what,
to be
10?
honest, but
I think he was 10 or 10 and a half. Because when he was a little baby Sonic was adorable, by the way.
yeah, Baby Sonic. Was.
When like the Guardians of Gahul person died.
Hey, I love that movie.
That is a good movie actually. Yeah. But yeah, he falls through the portal and it's like 10 years later. So he'd be 11 tops.
Yeah, I know nothing about
Or minimum, at least.
like Sonic lore. So like that first section, I was just like,
Don't
Yeah,
Google
that's-
Sonic lore.
Yeah.
It'll go really bad really quick.
I feel like like a lot of Rule 34 stuff.
A lot of furries.
Google Kale the Hedgehog.
I'll actually Google Kale the Hedgehog for you.
But no, the owl was a new character. That wasn't any pre-existing
I
character.
don't think so.
I think it was
honestly,
a
we
brand new
need
one.
Dev here. He was a pretty big
the Sonic kid.
I was always a Nintendo guy, so
Obviously, sad there was no Shadows. Shadows the best. All the ones that were attacking Sonic though, they were all
they all look like Knuckles.
they were all little Knuckles.
echidnas.
Yeah, which was cool.
I don't know if I'm gonna find the Kale the Hedgehog picture. It was good.
But yeah, I thought the film was really fun. That's like the best way to describe it. I don't think that, you know, after watching so many movies like Parasite or Irishman and all these Oscar
All the Oscar ones.
all these Oscar
Yeah, this ain't
nominated
winning no
films,
Oscars, but maybe best animated film this year actually.
It
Depending what comes out.
it
this
felt very
I don't know, man. Onward's coming out soon.
and Soul.
see.
Chris Pratt and Tom Holland.
That's a pretty good
Deadly
combo.
combo.
That's a good combo.
I felt like the whole film was just enjoyable from start to finish. It didn't overstay its welcome whatsoever, and
Yeah, most of the humor landed for the most part. The story wasn't like genius. You know, they were just going to San Francisco to pick up a bag of rings.
yeah.
But it felt good.
how the fuck? Like, I was impressed that they even knew what the building was.
He looked at his shirt.
No. Oh,
Like Sonic looked at his shirt, and
Yeah.
that was he's like San Francisco, and then he like passes out.
I thought he just like knew like.
He
in
looked at his shirt
San
because his shirt said like coming soon.
Yeah, I
to
don't remember. It was like
San Francisco or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, so, but like the funny part is obviously no one really cares because it's like a Sonic movie. Like how fast Sonic is definitely changes too. Like for like the Quicksilver, he's so fast he stops time. So like how quickly could Sonic get to San Francisco and pick up those rings
Yeah,
before Eggman's invented like the super speed stuff? Like it's one of those things where it's like, come on, it's an animated Sonic movie.
I did like the part where he's like, "Oh, you just go that way until you hit water,"
He's
and then he
like,
like goes
"Nope."
into the water, back out, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I've got a fish on my head."
Yeah, he got to the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
I was surprised at how many times I laughed because it's not that it's like hard to make me laugh. I just have like a very specific sense of humor.
Specific.
We always gonna say the opposite one.
Yeah, I have a very Pacific sense of humor.
An oceanic size humor.
So I was kind of not. I was expecting the humor to be dumb and just.
I love
like,
humor that makes both kids and adults laugh though.
Yeah.
You know?
I want to rewatch it to see if there's any innuendos that I didn't catch.
There was the only
first
one I
time.
noticed was the Eggman one, like Robotnik at one point. I don't remember what it was, but he made some sort of like sex joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
didn't
don't
catch
remember
that.
where it was, but he did one for sure.
Yeah, I remember vaguely
Yeah.
that being one.
Well, we did the best part.
Oh, where he said like he'd land their ships in their
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. What was your least favorite part of the movie? I have two.
My least favorite part?
Well, technically three, but the second one's a two-parter.
A two-parter.
Yeah, I'll go first. I did not like the blatant Olive Garden shill throughout the
Oh,
entire
yeah.
movie. Did Olive Garden pay for this movie?
I actually knew about that ahead of time too.
Yeah, me too. But like that, I didn't know to the level of like it was at least mentioned
On the
four
phone,
separate
where
times.
it's like why? It's like Olive Garden. It's like where are your family?
Family.
yeah, like
And the guy at the end, he's
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
true.
"Oh, wait, you see," and it's like a $50 card to Olive Garden. I was like,
That's true.
"Fuck you." My second part, Sonic floss danced twice.
he did. Yeah, the
I
like
fucking hated
we
that.
talked about this after.
Oh, that
very
was one of my
briefly.
favorite parts.
Fuck you.
We talked about this after because I still. It's not that I hate floss dancing that much, or like I hate that kind of stuff, but I always find stuff like that is the easiest way to age a movie because then in 20 years back, people are gonna look back and be like,
No.
"You don't think so?"
Oh,
Here-
what it'll be is 20 years in the future, everyone's gonna go, "Oh, I remember when every idiot did that."
Well,
Classic.
It's like if you watch like Back to the Future and during like parts of that movie, especially like when it's in present day, you know, there are certain elements of it that are very 80s, and you can just look at it and be like, okay, that's an 80s time period thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily.
want that to be 2000s time.
Well, unfortunately, we don't
I
have
don't want to be known for that.
we don't have a say in that though.
Like my great grandkids are gonna be like, "Oh, you were alive in the Sonic movie." And I'm like, yeah.
Culturally, the floss dance is just a huge thing. There's no denying it. Like, is it as bad as Thor playing Fortnite in
Yeah.
Endgame?
No, that Thor's worse.
Yeah, because Thor was probably 2 seconds away from floss dancing, or Korg.
That's true. Korg would have.
I would have been okay with. I would have been okay with Korg did it, but
Yeah, I mean it wasn't that bad. I didn't. I guess that's why it was a two-part one.
yeah, because he did it when he first saw them, and he did it at the end. When he got into his little.
Honestly, I think my least favorite part would probably just be like the last battle. You know, I liked the whole movie as like a really good like a, you know, like a little buddy movie and like a comedy, that kind of stuff. I didn't really
Yeah.
care for it as like an action movie, so that would probably be my least favorite part. I didn't mind it still. It's just like I didn't really care about like the him hitting a ship over and over again, or like the outrunning the
Like
bullets
ping
and
pong,
stuff.
like,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like I don't really care for the Sonic movie action.
That is how you defeat him in the game, though.
It
which
is.
I
is
know,
kinda
I get
cool.
that.
But I do feel like it was a bit like underwhelming in a way. Like all the action scenes, that would probably be my biggest disappointment with the movie. Just like them, like as a buddy film or as like a coming of age film, I think they did it really well. But then when they tried to like shoehorn in like the action elements, it just felt kind of empty. I do think like Robotnik's electron, like his
Robots?
yeah, his robots, his drones. I think those were really cool. Those were really well done. But when it came to hit,
I just remember the little mini. He's like, "Oh, that's cute."
Starts, like,
Oh my
song
God.
over the top.
I actually loved that part.
Yeah, it was good.
That was really good. But yeah, towards the end, I was just kind of like, he defeated it a little too easily, I think, for like an 11-year-old
It's just the first
kid.
level. It's Green Hill Zone, man. That's a. Did you get that
Yes.
though?
Yeah, but you know what would have been funnier though if they did Escape from the City when he's running away in the city, because that's the best song.
He could have done that.
What if they do that?
Maybe they will.
Sonic 2.
You mean the blatant? They're going to do a Sonic 2?
Tails.
Because and
Tails
fuck-
1.
Pardon my French, but fuck you guys. I was like, there's a stinger. I know it, and it's gonna have somebody. It's gonna have Tails or Knuckles, and we're down. We're leaving. We're like down the little alley, and then I hear it, and I'm like, fuck you guys, and I turn around, and yeah, Tails pops up, and he's like, wait, he's on this planet, guys, and then
Which I'm fine with. I'll see the second one.
his name is Tails Miles per hour.
Miles Morales?
No, miles per hour, but it's like
I
per
want
hour.
Shadow.
It's good.
Because he's the edgelord that we need.
I think it's gonna be Knuckles first.
I hate Knuckles though.
Yeah, but they might do Knuckles cool.
No one does Knuckles cool.
The Sonic Boom TV show was actually
or
really funny.
Rouge.
Nobody likes Rouge. Rule 34 likes Rouge. That's it.
Oh, okay.
If you're gonna piss off people, you say Big the Cat is my favorite Sonic person.
Who the hell is that?
I like Big the Cat actually.
No, you fucking don't.
Yeah, it's a big cat.
He's a. I'm not even going into it. It's fine. He's like the most hated Sonic character.
Overall, very enjoyable movie. I think everybody would say.
Yeah.
Christy loved it. She said it was like her favorite movie she saw this year or something.
Yes,
I
Okay.
can also say it's the best movie I saw this year.
because you haven't seen many
The
other
only
movies.
movie I've seen this year.
I saw a couple movies this year. They were all pretty good.
Except for Harley Quinn.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was only been a week since we saw Harley Quinn, and this movie was
I showed you that picture though,
yes,
and
this
it was
movie
pretty funny.
far better than the Harley Quinn movie.
Do you know the meme
Facts.
of like the guy like taking the peace symbol in the grave? Like, do you know that meme at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody put the Birds of Prey, and then somebody photoshopped Sonic's face over the peace guy.
I kind of wish that we saw Sonic like last week.
Instead, and then we never saw Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Same.
Oh, well.
But what can you do?
But what would you like to give it, guys?
I'm gonna give it like a nice 7 out of 10 because I don't know. That seems like a nice spot.
I have it at 5.5 to 6.
I feel like it would probably become more like a 5.5 or 6 if I watched it again on DVD.
Probably.
But first experience, 7.
Yeah.
Like I would say that it's a little bit better than average.
Did you like it? Wait till you give yours.
I was gonna give it an 8, but it lost
The floss
a
dance?
point for floss dancing, so it gets a 7.
Did you like it more or less than Detective Pikachu?
More.
I think I like Detective Pikachu more, but it's a close battle. Like it's I think the like dry satire humor of Ryan Reynolds just kind of is more my comedy, but they're both fantastic.
This is probably the best James Marsden movie in a long time.
I don't even know what else. Wasn't he in Monster Cars? Like the cars that turned into monsters?
I don't think so. Maybe
No?
though. He was in Hop.
Why does he like? Wasn't he a cop in that movie?
He likes working with animated things.
Animals.
Animals, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's all for our Sonic for now. Obviously, it's not a full review. It's just our first impressions from seeing it.
It was enjoyable. Go
was
see
very
it.
enjoyable, yeah.
Support all those people.
The last losing their jobs, as you said last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
The last movie we saw, we did not recommend. This movie, we do recommend.
Definitely go see it.
Recommend.
Even if you don't know anything about Sonic.
You really don't need to at all, other than
No.
he's a hedgehog and he likes rings.
He runs.
It was fun.
Also, when they said "gotta go fast," I was pretty happy about
They
that
only said it once. I was hoping at the very end
because
right
it's a
before-
meme. He never says "gotta go fast."
I know, but I was hoping right at the very end, or at the very end before the credits, if he comes up doing like a Sonic Says,
that'd be good.
that'd be good.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see any of our previous content, like our last episode or any other episode from any of the seasons, it's just right there for you on the left side. And be sure to subscribe if you'd be so kind. It is right there. Thanks, guys.